And all of these things stem from the oppression of the woman, the oppression of the womb, the oppression of queer folks. And folks like of a wide range. This is like beyond even race, to be honest, because I mean, not that it isn't. There's tiers to it, of course, and experience. I'm not trying to negate that in any kind of form. I'm just saying, like, as a bird's eye view, right? We go back to the patriarchy and white supremacy and what the patriarchy is and how we all work within that system. And I'm just feeling like we spend so much more time debating each other and like trying to one-up each other and like gotcha each other, and we're not spending enough time talking about these nuances, about like why these things exist and how we can actually remedy them. And it's like the inner work that it takes to look at yourself and understand that even if you make a mistake, you could still be lovable is deep, especially in the kind of reality that we've created where it's so focused on punishment and so focused on, like, I don't know, I just see people, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't hold people accountable or that accountability is not something that's valuable in any kind of way, but that accountability has to be tangible and it has to make us grow, you know? It has to lead us somewhere. And right now I feel like we're all just hugely dividing ourselves constantly, like as a collective. We're just, anytime that someone says something that doesn't resonate with our personal experience, we just move with so much venom on all sides of things. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I just feel like this men and women debate sometimes gets to me because I'm like, it's not even, we're all just like little kids running around emotionally scarred and immature as fuck and unable to communicate with one another and unable to express our actual needs and unable to live in our actual truths. And I feel like that manifests itself in so many different ways for people, you know? And yeah, I just was thinking about that and I wanted to say something about it. So, yeah, the more I talk, the less I want to. But I feel like we can do so much more in combating these very scary and very real revivals of ideologies, such as these alt-right realities. Like the way that some people feel comfortable right now to just the level of comfort that people have with harming one another is like, we're very desensitized and we're lacking, truly deeply lacking some empathy or sympathy even sometimes. Like, you can't even just like casually be like, yo, I feel for you sometimes. So it's like a competition for who has it, you know? And I do think men need to be more responsible with how they move their energy. And I know that that's kind of like hard to conceptualize, but there are so many ways that we as women can create spaces for ourselves to be safer and to stay away from harmful people and to rehabilitate people who have caused harm but can, you know, I don't know. I really don't know what the solution would be all the way. You know, I'm just having an existential crisis in the bathroom. Somebody was like, she's just like me. She's having an existential crisis in the bathroom. Yeah, I am. I'm having a lot of existential crises lately because I go on the internet and I see what the fuck people are talking about. And I'm like, for example, I saw the video, I don't know if you guys have seen this, of the man the boy who shot up the Club Q in Colorado Springs. His father went viral, because that's what we do. We make people go viral for ridiculousness, but He went viral because they told this man that his child shot up a club and killed 5 people and injured 18. And this man was like, oh, I heard that he was at a gay club. I don't know what he was doing at the gay club. He's not gay, right? He said, no, he's not gay. I was like, oh, okay. First of all, he was for sure on drugs and or coming off of drugs and or, first of all, not all the way there. So, and also wasn't even very present in this boy's life. When I heard, I was like, what? The types of humans that exist sometimes, I'm like, whoa, what? These people exist? Yes, they exist. That's the thing, is like, it's not even like I'm not even flabbergasted by it. I'm always appalled. I'm always deeply like, what the fuck, Because this man truly was more concerned with the fact that his son might have been gay than he was about the fact that he killed people, that he murdered people and harmed people. Like, that's a reality that exists for some people. Now I want you to have to think of the mental anguish, not to justify him, because he's not, there's no justification. This is a murder, you know what I mean? Like, no. But when I think about the toxicity of what was coming out of his father's mouth, how are we confused about why these children are getting radicalized and mobilized to harm people? Like, that's where I get confused. It's like, we have people touting these ideologies in office, in elected offices. Now, are they always there because of legal things? No. We don't know what politics are. We all know everybody's backed by that money. It's about corporate dollars, baby. That's what this is, But those are the foot soldiers, are the people who are uneducated and blinded by their own oppression. Because this man literally was talking about he was a porn star and he hadn't even talked to his son in forever because his mother had told him, the mother of the son had told him that he hated him and that he killed himself. The mother of the child who shot up the dude that shot up this place, the mom told the dad that he had killed himself because he was so ashamed of him for being a porn star. Like, just think of all the intricacies of psychosis that are involved in this. And that is the deeper issue of a lot of this stuff, is when you suppress your truth, okay? When the truth inside of you is suppressed, you become violent. You become violent. The thought of picking up a gun to murder people who think differently from you, who are different than you, who aren't touching you or hurting you or harming you in any kind of way, you get radicalized to the point where you would pick up a gun in the name of the ideology that criminalizes these people for being themselves. And then we make documentaries about this kid because he's so fascinating. I'm so interested in how this man's brain works. I'm not interested. I'm fascinated in the fact that we have a mental health crisis as a collective in this country. That's what I am interested in. Not interested, I'm concerned. I'm deeply concerned about it. I'm deeply concerned at how I watch people interact with the world through the internet. Like, the ways that people what we choose to see, what we choose to go viral. Because viral and all that stuff is just us watching it. and us participating in it and consuming it, you know? I know that it's kind of depressing to think about, but I also want you to think about, see, there's like 2,800 of you right here right now with me in this bathroom with me, and maybe not all of you agree with what I'm saying, which valid, whatever, do you? But you know, some of you guys are gonna hear me, some of you guys are gonna understand, and maybe you can see how you can interrupt these cycles of violent white supremacy in your own home.